Hello, friends, and welcome to Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader. Today we find ourselves at the starport. We have just cleared out all the heretical scum that was laid out around the city, and we are ready to get on our shuttle, help other people get on shuttles, and escape back to the Void ship. We have to meet the governor. We need to clear the path for retreat, and Solomorn and his arbitrators are going to come with us. We will make our way out of the Rakati system and head to our next location. This is Disabled. My name is Ed, and let's get into it. Okay. We have already picked up all the loot. I did that after our last session because I know you guys don't want to watch all the looting. And nothing of great interest showed up, though we have goods here. Plasma gun. And stronghold shield. Interesting. Collect all. Oh, Pascal. I have been waiting for this moment. Do you remember? Look at that. 35% armor penetration. Range a 10 of a maximum of 20. What was the sniper? 15 to a maximum of 30. So it won't shoot as far as the sniper would, but we have some plasma bonuses, and I am excited to try those out. Very cool. Okay, let's, what else did we pick up? We have Stalker Gloves. If the wearer's ranged attack hits an enemy, the wearer gains 5% bonus to critical chance for the next ranged attack. I guess that would actually work for him. Does he have anything? He does. He has operator's gloves. What about Adira? She has sniper gloves. Argenta is wearing the stabilizing bracers. Nobody else does ranged attacks. Let's look at Pascal again. Bonus to tech use. Yeah, we'll go with this for at least for the combat. We'll keep those, of course. Yep, I think we're good on all the rest of that. Okay, very nice.
Rise to the top or get left in the dust.
The insurgents walked in a crowd right across the mine barriers, seemingly oblivious to the fear of death. We've heard that before, haven't we? Oblivious to the fear of death is how they have described all of the heretics all the way up through this entire game so far. Interesting. Let's look at our formation because Adira should not be in the front. I don't know how that happened, but we are good now. There we go. Reestablish.
Is there money to be made?
Much better. The turret was placed in a great hurry, but the Technomat never had the chance to activate it. Okay, guard doesn't want to speak. Whoa. Whoa. Autosave's happening. What is going on here? Who are these people? The stench of physaline and blood blankets the starport. Echoes of shouts and gunfire drift over the landing pads. The shards of plexiglass crunch underfoot. You recognize Sergeant Malgar amid the crowd huddled next to the shuttles. He was the soldier who greeted you upon your arrival on Rykad Minoris. A group of bloodied and frightened people is wedged between Malgar's wardens and the shuttles. You recognize them as the governor of the planet and the members of his high-ranking entourage. Their expensive attire has been torn in the fight, and many bear wounds left by bayonets. Examine the people in front of the shuttle. Some of the nobles are paralyzed with fear. Others have succumbed to despair. 2 corpses are lying on the ground with their arms outstretched. Black blood has pooled under one of them. The other skull has been split open like a nut, encircled by a pinkish-crimson halo of bone splinters and bits of brain matter. Sergeant Malgar, I demand an immediate report. What is going on here? The sergeant spins around to face you, his face a twisted grimace of anger. Our esteemed governor and his gang of cronies have been cowering behind us, and now, when things got rough, they thought they could scupper and leave us here to die. We've shed our blood for him and broken our backs to provide for him. And after all this, you think that's fair, you piece of grok shit? Malgar's stun baton hits the governor in the chest, causing the adornments on the governor's uniform to jingle in unison. Adira flinches and starts babbling desperately. No, no, no! Don't say anything! Don't say anything! Don't say anything! The governor spits out blood and opens his mouth to respond when his head explodes. His body falls limp to the side, his remaining eye staring upward. The chorus of the noble screams cannot drown out the sergeant's spiteful whisper. Enough. You said your piece. For generations upon generations, the nobles of this world cared for Rykad Minoris and ensured the prosperity of its inhabitants. And this is your gratitude, peasant? For killing a nobleman, you deserve to be executed where you stand. Cassia throws out her hand and Malgar's knees buckle. My mentor was right. The rabble truly have no honor. Abelard looks at the governor's body, his brow furrowed. Madness. Punishable by death. You're acting like an executioner. You think you have such a right? As much right as they do when they act as our executioners. We are but common subjects of the Imperium. Would anyone like to say anything to Sergeant Malgar? An angry murmur runs through the group of nobles. Some are uttering the deceased governor's name in horror. Others are begging you to kill the deranged warden. Some are hoarsely wishing eternal torment upon Malgar, but none dare to raise their voice and answer you. It would seem you intend to rise up against the very foundations of the Imperium. That's not true. I'm loyal to the Imperium of man, the Imperium of the Golden Throne. I'm ready to fight the darkness among the stars and aid his servants so that his design may triumph. But I refuse to believe that the Imperium needs a bunch of arrogant nobles more than honest workers and warriors. Do you truly wish to see them dead? Each and every one? I do. The decision to leave the commoners on the planet did come from the governor, but they supported it. Their accomplices. No one tried to stand up for us. Then there is nothing left to discuss. Malgar nods nervously. Another in your position could have forgotten that the Emperor protects all his subjects. But surely not you. It is your duty to help anyone you can. The sergeant frowns at you. I don't know why you stick up for these parasites. They never would have helped someone like me, but they don't deserve to die either. You're right about that. Not all of them, at least. A dull thud comes from deep within the starport. Heavy footsteps shake the rockcrete, raising an unpleasant tremor in your bones.
You thought you had killed Aurora, false believers. Tremble, for I am Aurora. I am the herald of change. Behold the final dawn, and die!
I'll make an example out of you.
The disgrace of Monarchia will be avenged.
Okay, that's probably bad. And he is not alone, it would seem. We have a rebel leader gunner, Minuteman rebel, Pascal, of course. Where are these people? That's a sniper. Yeah, that's a sniper. That's going to hurt a lot. We've got these chappies here. Okay. Got these two here. Not too worried about any of those. Okay. Gladius is going to get to go second. It looks like Aurora is going first. So we need to be somewhere not dying, I guess. We'll move Abelard next. Put him here. Argenta next. We'll stick her in the middle. Pascal. Let's get him in cover. Adira. I missed her again. Adira. Oh, can she get that cover? I think she can. We'll put Pascal over. Adira can go. Oh, she can't. Oh, she can't. Oh, she can't. Okay. None of that's good. None of that's good. That's not good. Okay, Argenta. Okay, Argenta can get in that cover. Adira will take this cover. That's not good. And Cassia will get as far back as she can go. No cover. Golly. Okay. Wow. Okay. All right. Let's start it. See how it goes. I don't know anything about this one. That looks hard. But my character's not really... dealing with that. I'm going to go deal with everybody else, I think. I should be able to take out these groups. Because that's kind of what I am. I'm a group handler, not really a individual fighter. You know, Abelard might do better. On that edge. Bring Aurora to him. He has the best chance of surviving. Because he has the best dodge and all the things. Oof. Abby, it's on you, buddy. All right, here we go. There. You got a shot. Oh, Adira. Oh, me. Okay. Hey, we lived. That's the important part. Got through the fur. We're not done. Okay. Cool. Cool. Let's use a med kit on Adira.
Still.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. And we will come over and use Blood Oath.
Don't let your guard down.
Death from above. As it were. And we'll come up. I really need to get to those guys. But I can't. Even with Blood Oath, I'm not going to get that far, and I don't have another Death from Above to use. So I will get in cover. And in turn, Abelard.
Field medicine at its finest.
Indeed. Brace for impact. Endure. And get off me. No, it was worth trying. We'll go for a sword hit.
Victory is imminent.
Parried, of course. And in turn.
Hey, maggot.
Oh, I didn't even see that one. Well, that would have gotten me where I needed to go. Oh, well, it happened. Okay. Argenta. We are going to rapid fire. 80%.
Faith without deeds is worthless.
Beautiful. If I use run and gun, I'll only be able to do a single shot, which means I would have to get out there. No, I don't like that. I do not like that. We'll just take a shot. Okay. That'll work. The deer is up, and she needs to get away from Aurora. Stay in cover. Analyze. Where's our sniper? Right there.
I know what is to come.
We'll use forewarn on Gladius.
But of course.
And then I will take a shot at our sniper.
Anything else?
Nice. Nice, nice. Okay.
Hold on.
Oh,
The whispers call to me.
yeah, they do. Okay, Pascal. I will bring him over. He will analyze.
As the tactical imperative dictates.
Joint analysis. Perfect spot.
Running binary combat is an equation.
Oh, very nice.
Your life is a negligible variable.
Very, very nice. Cassia, get into cover, please. Voice of command.
Step aside. The navigator is coming.
Reveal the
Isn't
light.
this a job for the serfs?
Bring it down. She will take another shot.
Will do.
And the sniper is done. Good job, Adira. Good job, Cassia. Let's use Zone of Fear. Did that not work? There we go. Zone of Fear.
If you insist, Lord Captain.
There we go. Just get him another little hit, because why not? In turn. Ah.
Brace yourself, Abelard.
Gladius is up. We will blade
Oh,
dance.
if not,
Holy cow. One shot. I like that. Wonk wonk. Okay. Blood Oath. I should
I'll
be able to
see
get
to it
in there this
personally.
time. Come on up. And death from above.
let's make some opportunities. Plan well executed.
Beautiful. And I believe that is now everybody except for Aurora, if I'm not mistaken. He cleared out the riffraff with a swiftness. Let's get back. Well, that cover doesn't even help us. Oh, hey. We do not have veil degradation here either. Can I hit him? No. Too far away. Okay. All right. I will end here. Abelard is on the ground, which is not awesome, but okay. And we will go concentrated fire. %0 chance to
I'll
hit
do it.
Abby, apparently, which I like.
Do worse, but not by much.
Yep, 0 didn't work for us, but it did happen.
That is for the
We'll
weak.
reload. And we will end turn. Adira is going to analyze. going to try to blind Aurora. Sensory deprivation. We'll use forewarning. He's already got it. Actually, did he? He does not. Use it on Abby. Very nice. And then take a shot.
On it.
Beautiful. I should have moved her, but I didn't. So, okay. Pascal. Analyze. Joint analysis. Machine spirit banishment. Hopefully that'll do a little something there. And a shot. Oh, and he missed. Come on, Pascal. You're killing me, bro. Okay, Cassia. We will hit
Isn't
Pascal
this a
this
job for the
time.
serfs?
Reveal the light. I've already used it. Nope. Use it on Adira. That helped. Gave her a little bit of health back. Bring it down on
I'm not
Pascal.
accustomed to being ordered around.
Try this again. What is that? Area attack we don't want. Deals plus 75% extra damage, yet overheats the plasma weapon for 2 turns. Okay, we don't want to do that either. 95%. There we go. I'll take that. Go ahead and analyze again. And finish up. Cassia. We'll do Zone of Fear again.
I am a navigator, not a servitor.
Okay. Made him move, but Abelard still has not gotten up. His turn is next. Oh, that's not good. Not nice. Okay, Gladius is coming back. He is probably too far, but we... Oh, he's not.
I am ready for whatever comes.
Yeah, you like them apples, buddy. Those are the good apples. Okay. Abelard.
I've seen worse battles than this in my time.
At least he's on his feet. Beautiful.
At your beck and call.
Endure again. We have already done Brace for Impact. Let's get him on me. Or get him on Abby, excuse me. Okay. Argenta is up. We will pull her into cover here. Switch to shotgun.
God,
And
Emperor,
see what
move
happens.
through me. Be the fire in my heart.
Nice. Nice, nice, nice. I think that works, actually. Let's give us some more momentum. Oh, yeah. A little run and gun. Yep, I can do that without hurting anyone else. That'll work. Okay. Adira is up. Let's move her where she's not in the middle of everything. Forewarn on Pascal.
Descend the future on the battlefield.
Analyze. Expose weakness.
But of course.
And is sensory deprivation, how long does that allow until he gets through it? And I don't know. I can't tell. We're going to hit him with it again.
Was that you?
Sensory deprivation. Okay, and that was her whole turn. Golly, Pascal, you're killing me, bro. Don't die. Alright, he will attack. We'll do Machine Spirit Communion. Analyze.
My vow is to serve.
And attack.
Request.
Ha! How you like them apples, buddy? Good. Cassia. We will pump
If I
Argenta
may.
again. I don't know.
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
Interesting. Give her,
I'm
bring
not
it down.
accustomed to being ordered around.
And then Argenta.
Faith
We'll
without
unload.
deeds is worthless.
What just happened? Why did she not fire? Come on. Don't do that.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
Okay. And he's got a lot of movement in one turn, doesn't he? I can't do that. Uh-oh. We got more little chappies. That's okay. I should be able to take care of that business. I will come up. Blood Oath.
On it.
Get me to him. That is not where I needed to go. Like at all.
I'll make it happen.
Hey, that worked.
Another enemy down.
Very nice.
You never stood a chance.
Lovely. Of course he did. Well, I don't want to be anywhere near you, so... Beautiful. Abelard. Oh, we got more. That is wild how he just brings people back from the
Tried and
dead,
tested
right?
tactics are the best ones.
And we'll charge right on in there.
I will do my duty. One fewer target.
Beautiful.
High momentum.
Argenta.
The enemies of the Emperor will be undone.
Take a shot here. How we missed that humongous man, I will never know. Yes, I would love to do that, but not this round. We'll get it next one. Okay, Adira. Oh, Adira's got it.
We'll do.
Analyze. And take a shot here.
Just as I foretold.
Indeed, you did. And everybody who needs forewarn has forewarn. We'll go ahead and hit
Anything
Argenta
else?
too. Okay.
Hydraulics are failing.
Dang it, Pascal. Why are you dying, bro? Come on up. And... that's my best shot. You missed, Pascal. Thanks for that. Log that away. Go ahead and analyze him again. Joint analysis.
Let's get to it. I feel cold.
Okay. We'll bring up Cassia. See if she can get Adira. Which is where? Where are you, Adira?
Be careful not to cross my gaze.
Right there. She's already got it. Pascal's got it. He's got it. I've got it. Cassia also has it. So nobody needs that. We will do bring it down with Adira.
Me? If you insist, Lord Captain.
But of course.
Oh, you are kidding me, Adira. Come on. Okay, well, that was useless. We will zone of fear these losers.
I am a navigator, not a servitor.
Well, that didn't do what I wanted it to do.
I'll paint your death in colors.
That's what I'm talking about.
On it. Anything else? Be gone.
Goodbye, Aurora. No more for you. Oh, this is just something I've got to do. I just have to. I just don't have a choice.
What an unfortunate turn of fate.
Oh, I love it. Love it, love it. Okay, one guy over there. We'll let that play out. Cassie is done. Gladius is up.
I don't need luck. I have strategy.
And we'll Blood
It's
Oath
as good as done. I'll
and
see
Blade
to it
Dance.
personally. Your end was inevitable.
And that's the game, friends. Beautiful. A bunch of junk, which of course, because those guys weren't really... We don't need to heal anybody because we are headed to the ship. I imagine that was the final confrontation. Oh, and Aurora had some stuff for us. Bringer of Terror. We need a heretical bolter user. Man, that is a big weapon that does decent damage. Look at that. That's nice. Life-draining sword. Again, you have to be a heretic to use it. Golly, that sucks. No, none of my people are heretics right now. Gem of Dark Vitality. Again, you must be heretical. Requires conviction heretical, 4 maximum wounds. When veiled degradation is above 15, plus 10 toughness. Each round, the wearer regenerates wounds equal to 0 times the wearer's heretical rank. Okay. Well, technically, Adira is heretical, I think. We will look at that in a moment. First, let's make sure we got everything picked up around here. Looking good, though. We got the sniper up here we need to loot. And a better sniper rifle. We will definitely hang on to that. And there is our shuttle to the Void Ship Bridge. So we got, I guess he was coming up here to attack our shuttle? Because he showed he could blow a shuttle up. I mean, okay. That, I guess it's a good thing Adira took him down.
Keep your wits
Great.
about you.
Thanks be to the Emperor, you are alive, your lordship. We are most gratified by your return, and the crew is full of zeal to carry out any orders you may have. Before anything else, I will hear an account of what happened to the system's son. The Voxmaster falters. Lord Captain, we saw a number of ships approach the sun. Black creations of inhuman make, amalgams of sharp angles and edges. They surrounded the star, and then... My apologies, but I struggled to find words that could describe that terrible sight. The Xenos made the sun vanish into the void. The interrogator closes his eyes and grimaces. Drukari. You see Abelard's expression change as if a shadow has suddenly fallen over him. He rubs his temple wearily. As if we did not have enough troubles on our hands already. The Xenos? Enemies of humanity? Heinrichs nods. A breed of the Aldari, the most cruel and devious of their kind. The design of their ships matches the description provided by the Voxmaster. Like all Xenos, the Drukari are a blight on the face of the galaxy, but their technological superiority is indisputable. They abhor and fear warp sorcery, which is why they rely on creations of their twisted intellect, and many of those creations are capable of things that may seem akin to sorcery to the unenlightened eye. The theft of a sun is one example of what they are capable of. Are the Xenos in league with Aurora's cultists? We can rule out that possibility. The Drukari would never ally themselves with the archenemy's worshippers. If I had to name one thing that humanity and these Xenos have in common, it would be a shared loathing for warp corruption. Heinrichs glances around. The situation calls for immediate action, Gladius. We can continue this conversation later if you so wish, but right now, he gestures at the deck teeming with tumultuous activity, I believe you should assume command. What is the current situation on board? The navigator's sanctum is no longer empty, but the warp engine is still refusing to obey the engine sears. Without it, we cannot perform a warp jump. Pascal's voice buzzes anxiously from his box. It may be angry, or perhaps it is lamenting the injuries it has suffered. I will immediately initiate preparations for a prayer service. If the Omnissiah grants me comprehension, I will appease the machine spirit of this vessel. Why did you not send a shuttle to the planet for me? I do apologize, your lordship, but we were unable to receive your request for evacuation. The Voxlink was overrun with vile interference, screams, blasphemous hymns, and other equally sinister noises. Any who listened to the interference for a protracted period lost their sanity. Several dozen operators went mad monitoring the Voxcaster in the hope of hearing your voice. Each of them waited in vain. And what's the status of the planet now? Our Augur operators are reporting numerous uprisings and other manifestations of the archenemy's powers at various locations on the planet. Based on the fragments of communications picked up by our Vox operators, there is practically no resistance being offered by the governor's forces. Millions of people are converting to the blasphemous Final Dawn cult en masse and assembling in prayer circles. Do we have any hope of retaking this planet? I fear that Rykad Minoris is lost. The situation is deteriorating by the minute. We must leave this system as soon as possible. However, there are still people on the planet who have not succumbed to heresy, worthy of rescue. Besides the small number of our own shuttles, we also have shuttles salvaged from the starport. The dark eyes of the Sister of Battle flash. We must save as many as we can. This has all happened for a reason. Saint Argenta, whose name I carry with reverence and trepidation, is famed for saving the people of a dying world through the power of prayer. The God Emperor himself sent a star from the heavens that lifted the saint and her followers to the sky, away from corruption and death. We must do as she did, direct all our efforts to saving those people who at this moment look to the heavens in hope of salvation. The lives of peasants are of little value. Our prime objective is to save the Holy Relic, the miraculous fusion reactor, and the Electro Priests who guard and tend to it. Abelard furrows his brow. Every moment we spend in proximity to a dying world, we are putting ourselves at risk. Your life, Lord Captain, is far more valuable than all of Rykad Minoris. The von Valancius dynasty cannot be allowed to perish, and so lamentable though it may be, we must rule out the idea of any evacuation. Heinrich's eyes, like two deep, dark pools, are resolutely fixed on you. The world is doomed, and its inhabitants along with it. The disappearance of the star was the final nudge toward death, the finale of the cult of the Final Dawn's plans. I once witnessed a similar event, a world that had surrendered to the servants of the archenemy and permitted corruption to enter too deep. At this moment, millions of people are bowing down before those who promised them salvation, and they are willingly giving their souls to chaos, a sacrifice great enough to bring forth a demon world. Our only hope of stopping this process is to retreat to a safe distance from the planet and conduct targeted bombing of the Electro-Priest Monastery. If we blow up the reactor, a thermonuclear reaction will follow. The world's oxygen will evaporate, killing off the entire biosphere. In doing this, we will have saved millions of souls from a fate far worse than death, and we will save Rykad Minoris from becoming an outpost of the archenemy.
Only death can rescue these people. The Undying One has reached out his hand to this world. It is time for him to reap his harvest. We must not reject his design, lest millions of names never reach him, and instead perish in the depths of the Empyrean. Death is a mercy, Domen Gladius.
Whatever fate you choose for this world, I urge you to make haste, Lord Captain. The planet is burning in raging flashes of crimson and purple. I can see it even from orbit. As do I see that the storm is already upon us. With every moment we waste, it grows ever more difficult and perilous to steer the ship through the warp's turbulent currents. I'm with the lady on this. Enough talking. We need to get out of here while we still can. Something lurking in the depths of your consciousness bristles at the passing thought of saving people. The spike of horror you feel takes your breath away. It is as if you are planning to steal the prey of a mighty predator. The planet is already wrapped in a thread stretching out from the warp. It deserves to have a new master. Why can we not try to evacuate at least some of the people? For the simple reason that the transformation process will soon become irreversible, and our sole weapon against it useless. The energy released by the bombardment could stoke the warp energies. I have never witnessed the aftermath of bombing a demon world before, but there is enough evidence of such attempts for me to say with confidence that you do not want to see it. Which of the planet's inhabitants can we evacuate? The nobles you rescued at the starport have given the coordinates of shelters where we can find surviving aristocrats and their families. As for Sergeant Malgar's troops, they will help to control the crowds of frightened commoners and prevent the shuttles from being overloaded. Thanks to you, we have salvaged many shuttles from the starport that we can now use. So this is an interesting question for Gladius in particular. He is a psyker, but he is also very much a noble and has been his entire life. In this culture, he likes to help others, but he is not overly sentimental either. He would see the lives of nobles as more important lives, and yet it would still allow him to save lives. So we will go with that option. Nobles deserve to be saved above all others. Any delay caused by loading and transporting to the ship will cost us precious time. Do not deceive yourself, Gladius. If you indulge your vanity, you will doom billions to eternal torment at the hands of the archenemy. I must do as I see fit. Perhaps I am acting foolishly in the Inquisition's eyes, but that is my decision to make. You detect a flicker of something beneath Heinrich's sanguine mask. Anger? Bitterness? Whatever it may be, it does not seep into the interrogator's dispassionate voice. In that case, I consider it necessary to point out that the mark of the archenemy could infiltrate the ship along with any rescued people. Keep that in mind for future.
Consider it done. It is likely our shuttles will have capacity to evacuate more people. Have the pilots extract all of the commoners who have not yet converted to the cult of the Final Dawn. Consider it done. It is likely our shuttles will have capacity to evacuate more people. The miraculous fusion reactor must be saved. I am afraid we do not have enough shuttles at our disposal for this mission. Transporting the relic will require greater resources than evacuating the people. That's it. There's nothing else on this planet to save. You should have listened to me, Rogue Trader. We will all have to pay for this mistake. The bridge is in upheaval. The technomat's prayers mix together in a senseless cacophony while servitors work hastily to remove a hardened crust of sacred unguents from the warp engine's components. In the middle of all this tumult stands Pascal, with a data slate clutched in his hands, seemingly disconnected from the flurry of activity around him. Magos, why don't you assume control of the technomats? Surely their contribution will speed things up. They would be a hindrance. I am searching for a way to rectify the error. Pascal is muttering without taking his eyes off the data slate. There is a certain anxiousness to the way he moves his mechadendrites. Crew, heed the word of Magos Hanuman. Pascal, I kindly request that you take charge of this mess. Thank you, your lordship. You are right. Pascal's voice changes when he addresses the crew. He now speaks with authority and resolve. Tech comrades, heed my instruction. The mayhem immediately subsides, and the crew's actions fall into some indiscernible logic. The Omnissiah's servants start working in sync, and the Benaric clamor becomes a symphony of reports which the Magos coordinates like a skillful conductor. Admirably done, Pascal. The Omnissiah guides me. The prayers of the tech priests surrounding the cogitator almost drown out the sounds of the bustling bridge behind you. Pascal, poring intently over the data slate in his hands, extends a mechadendrite toward you. Please take your place at the cogitator, Lord Captain. Step up to the cogitator. The huge machine in front of you is lit with dozens of vid screens and hundreds of lumens. The blinking lights and endless rush of symbols and digits on the green background make your eyes water, and a vague sense of alarm simmers in the depths of your mind. The typical reaction of a layperson when confronted with the magnitude of the Omnissiah's creation. Among the numerous controls, you see the mouth of a cyber gargoyle, the same as at the gate to the warrant chamber. Pascal's voice becomes imbued with imperious force. Servants of the machine god, heed my command. Acolytes, prepare the incense instrumentation for the liturgy of machine spirit propitiation. Senior technomats, recite the prayer to generate a current data report. Operations will be marked with the campanological protocol. Omnissiah rejoice. I must inform you that for the purposes of safety, complete reassembly of the warp sextant and updating of its datasmith blessings are required. If this is not done, then at launch the volume of aggregate calculation errors could result in the destruction of the data crypts, but as we do not have 100 hours at our disposal, we must omit this procedure. Pascal looks down at the data slate in his hands. A minor deviation from the right of operation for the sake of appeasing the spirit. Deviating from the right of operation? That sounds dubious, especially coming from you. Dogma bids that the appropriate rituals of cleansing and reassembly be carried out on the warp sextant. It is a long and labor-intensive process. Pascal hesitates before continuing. Our best chance is to bypass the sacred prohibition on directly interfacing with the conduits of the motive force. A faster and less orthodox route. The lives of the entire crew now depend on my convincing the ship's spirit to start up a broken component. Is that right? Your interpretation is verging on tech heresy. However, given your rank, Lord Captain, I will nevertheless respond. For a layperson, you have described our position with relative accuracy. I place my hopes in his revelations and humbly ask for his guidance. What must I do? Place your hand inside the throat of the cogitator guardian, the cyber gargoyle, which has been assigned to guard the forbidden data crypts. The dynastic blood extracted from your veins will serve as a key to the data core, where the machine spirit dwells. To it we will offer our prayers so that we may bypass the protective protocol for defective connections and launch the warp sextant. Pascal's voice grows quieter.
The laws of the Omnissiah know no exceptions, and so in this ritual I will remain at your side to placate the wrathful machine spirit in whose abode you will be intruding. Follow my liturgies, Lord Captain, and may we receive his blessing. Place your hand in the cyber gargoyle's mouth. The metal jaws clamp down on your hand, breaking your delicate corporeal sheath and releasing warm red liquid into its gullet. At the same moment, the image on the vid screen before you changes. Connecting 0000.1. Connecting 0000.2. Connecting 000.3. Success, Reg 789.0344. Access init. ID 8627 nom os operate.brest.act. What does all that mean? At the sound of your voice, the cogitator's servant, whose bronze-bound skeleton is built into the cogitator housing, shudders. With a screech, its skull rotates towards you and then stops in that position. Benevolent code, a voice receptor. Pascal emits a sequence of binaric signals and then is silent for several seconds. I hypothesize that the defect is located in the analyzer block. I register a reaction to the signal, but no processed response. A temporary override is permissible. The Magos intently studies the vid screen. The shell was created on a forge world unknown to me. Initiating standard invocation of the machine spirit, Pascal leans over the adjacent instrument panel and sets his hands on the controls. At the same time, a quiet stream of machine code begins pouring forth from his box. Reach out and touch the keys on the instrument panel. Input, pack comp. Nom os stab true. Lodge strength check init. Sector 567 greater than 245 dam. Sector 244 greater 001 stab. Nom os operate resp act. Lord Captain, Pascal stops and then continues more calmly. Please, you will anger the machine spirit before we have removed the restriction. What should I do? Lord Captain, I now ask you to address the machine spirit. Speak the following command. By my authority, I revoke the inviolability protocol of the warp engine. The voice receptor will receive the vocal entry. Without your sanction, the machine spirit will not accept the data from the warp sextant. By my authority, I revoke the inviolability protocol of the warp engine. One of the cogitator's vid screens turns red. Pascal sees this and raises his hand, signaling to the rest of the tech priests, then withdraws a connector from his sleeve and connects it to the machine. Servants of the Omnissiah, make now the offering of cleansed data crypts to the machine spirit so that it may be filled with their true and calibrated data. May the Omnissiah have mercy on our souls. In meek solemnity, the acolytes offer up the cleansed data crypts to the warp engine one after another, repeating prayers of exaltation. After anointing the contacts with sacred unguents, Pascal inserts them in the cogitator's slots. Your head begins to spin from the holy censer's foul-smelling clouds of smoke, and from the loss of the blood that the cyber gargoyle continues to drink from you, and the world swims before your eyes. Let this mechanism awaken in renewed purity. Pascal enters a sequence of commands and raises his head, watching the vid screens. Suddenly, he stops dead. No. His fingers fly over the command runes, entering command after command. His mechadendrites clicking their pincers pull at one lever after another. The vid screens fill with strings of symbols, completely incomprehensible to you, but clearly conveying something to the Magos. Say nothing and do not interfere. After a few seconds, one of the data crypts mounted on the cogitator begins to emit sparks. A moment later, another data crypt does the same. The next bursts into flame and gives off foul-smelling smoke. Around you, the Omnissiah's servants break off from their prayers, and someone bursts into frantic pleading. Pascal mournfully grates out. The mass of errors in the warp sextant's calculations is destroying the data repositories. The offering did not appease the ship's spirit. The warp engine cannot be filled with the motive force. We are trapped. A moment later, the Magos continues uncertainly. Perhaps an alternative Ryzan protocol or an emergency launch of the auxiliary coils. The tech priest bends over the cogitator, but something in his pose and movements reveals his desperation. While the vid screens are filled with more and more strings of symbols, the monitor in front of you blinks and its static image changes. Pascal is too engrossed in his ritual to notice. Read the information on the vid screen. Input pack.comp. Nom os stab true, nom os stab false, stat.check init, perturb.reg, disturb.reg, nom os operate resp query. Magos Hanuman, a moment, if you will. Pascal turns toward you, his flickering visor betraying his anxious state. Lord Captain, He stops short when he sees the vid screen. Distorted transmissions from the data core, most likely the residual cognitive functions of the built-in servitors. Omnissiah, shield us from machine ghosts. He returns to manipulating the cogitator's command runes. Machine spirit? Can you hear me? The cogitator's servant creaks quietly in its joints, a sound that is drowned out by the Benaric hymns and the tapping of command runes. Input prompt, nom os ping, nom os rec resp, nom os operate resp injury, nom os operate resp rescue, nom os operate resp query. Rescue? Yes, machine spirit, rescue us. Pascal turns to you. Lord Captain, the excess emotion in your command will render it unintelligible to... Pascal's next vocalization goes unsynthesized as he sees the vid screens begin to stabilize one after another. The strings frenetically galloping across the green background are replaced with stable images or regularly updating status reports. Only one monitor remains inexplicably red. The tech priest Vox crackles in shock, but his report is as clipped and clinical as ever. Registering. Warp sextant activated. Registering. Data stream stabilizing. Registering. 0 data errors found. Reporting. The warp engine is ready for translation. After a pause, Pascal adds, I am also reporting evidence indicating a Category 3 miracle fulfilling the criterion Thou shalt witness the mechanism that toils in glorification of its function and in defiance of the activation. Master Helmsman Raybor. Lord Captain, Raybor here. The crew are almost finished carrying out the orders given earlier, and I've just received confirmation from the engineering halls. I don't know what you did, but the warp engine's up and raring to go. We are ready to begin the translation to the warp, your lordship. Lord Captain speaking. I give the order to commence translation to the warp. Waiting for you to ascend the captain's throne, Lord Captain. May the Emperor protect us.
Valancia's flagship made its way out of the doomed star system. As the void shift plunged deeper into the Corona's expanse, the rogue trader's subjects bid a formal farewell to the late head of the dynasty, Aurora von Valancius. Having paid their last respects, the crew gathered their strength and braced themselves for whatever was to come next.
Lord Captain, allow me to report. Our journey through the warp is coming to an end. Lady Navigator Orcelio informs me that we have reached the point where we can translate to real space in the Furibundus system. The Lady Navigator and her pilots are awaiting your permission to begin the process. The Furibundus system is home to Footfall, the only Imperium outpost with a functioning wharf in the Coronis expanse. The tech priests are begging you to have mercy on the machines worn down by the warp, and to allow the servants of the Omnissiah to inspect and heal the void ship's wounds in dock. The prayers and rituals will take some time, which our astropathic choir will use to establish a connection with the prime worlds of your protectorate, Dargonus, Janus, and Kiava Gamma. Master Zachary Wise has recovered an invitation previously adrift in the Immaterium. The Liege of Footfall has humbly requested an audience with the rogue trader of the von Valancius dynasty. According to Master Zachary, the message was tinted with shades of pleading. I quote, "Apparently the Liege is anxious to meet as soon as possible." Footfall, the place where filth and sanctity go hand in hand. Reverend Hieronymus Doloroso will most likely expect a visit from me. I imagine he will be interested in talking to you as well, Gladius. I will be leaving your void ship when we arrive on Footfall, Gladius. Once that is done, consider the Lord Inquisitor's task complete. Your Lordship, young Yvain Winterscale has asked me to convey his gratitude for your hospitality and for saving him from certain death. Not wishing to outstay his welcome, he plans to disembark at Footfall. Lord Yvain swears he will not forget his debt to you. I hereby inform the rogue trader that during a comprehensive system inspection right, this unit discovered data clusters within the captain's cogitator that are concealed from prying eyes by means of a personal cipher and a sacrament of algorithmic authorization. Unit Gladius von Valancius has been added to the access list and assigned the identifier Keeper 2. The unit can access the data from the captain's cogitator provided that he possesses the decryption key. You detect a hint of something resembling curiosity in Pascal's mechanical voice. Thank you once again for rescuing my squad, rogue trader. We will disembark on Footfall. The trail of evidence leads to the docks, and it wouldn't hurt to pay the Liege a visit. I am sure he will graciously extend his cooperation to the RBTs. So you're leaving us, Heinrichs? The arrangement between the Lord Inquisitor and your predecessor was that I be transported to Footfall and no farther. I dare not take advantage of your generosity and patience any more than I already have, Gladius. So be it, Heinrichs replies with a respectful nod. Solomorn, is there any assistance I can provide in your investigation? Right at this moment, unlikely. We have a considerable amount of dirty and routine work ahead of us, such as checking cogitator logs and questioning the station's residents, including its less palatable individuals. None of that is worth the rogue trader's time, I assure you. Still, should circumstances change, I will absolutely welcome the aid of such a dependable ally as yourself. Argenta, who is this Reverend Hieronymus who wants to talk to me? He is the head of the Drusian mission on Footfall, and one of the most prominent clergymen in the sector. Paying him a visit is a good thing for any loyal servant of the Emperor to do. I assisted his mission before I joined Lady Theodora on her voyage. I need his blessing to accompany the new rogue trader of the von Valancius dynasty. If you wish to have me aboard your void ship, I request that we meet with Reverend Hieronymus.
The shed blood has washed away the taint from our bodies. It is only right that we now wash our souls with the blessings of the servant of the Undying One. The Drusians, like the blood-spun web, are devoted to asceticism, rejecting wealth and luxury, and surrendering themselves to his service. Though their thread is different from ours, the first spinner spoke of them with respect.
Vigdis, tell me about the system we're arriving in. Furibundus is valuable due to its close proximity to the Maw, the gateway to the Imperium. The system is mostly known for Footfall, the main base for merchants, privateers, and rogue traders traversing the Coronis expanse. Additionally, the star itself is orbited by an Adeptus Mechanicus station, which is off-limits to outsiders. Alter Templum Calixus X-17. I had the honor of tending to this shrine for a few thousand cycles. I suggest you abstain from visiting it as most tech comrades at the station are engaged in meditative calculation that should not be interrupted. What do I need to know about Footfall? It is the largest port and the trading capital of the Coronis Expanse. It has a dockyard that will allow us to inspect and repair the void ship, and it boasts its own astropathic choir, the Coronis Expanse Communications Nexus. Not to mention pirate hideouts, smuggler caches, and forts belonging to a dozen gangs, groups, and factions. In the Coronis Expanse, the Imperium relies on this as its outpost. The fringes of humanity's domain rarely resemble its central worlds, but so long as Footfall serves the God Emperor, insofar as it can, it will be considered a citadel of the Imperium, although I have heard that the ties it sends are, well, underwhelming, to say the least. Due to Footfall's remoteness, it has developed its own rules and customs. Many of the goods that can be procured there would be considered heresy in the heart of the Imperium, enough to warrant summary execution. Moreover, Footfall is the domain of the rogue traders, who transcend imperial laws by virtue of the warrant they bear. Footfall's just a brief stop. What next? As soon as we solve the issues plaguing the ship and establish contact with the key worlds of your protectorate, the time will come for your Magna Accessio, the official ceremony of donning the mantle of the rogue trader. It is mostly a formality at this point. You already possess all the privileges granted by the warrant, and yet it is a major milestone in your personal history, the moment your name graces the list of heads of the Von Valancius dynasty. We are all looking forward to that day, Lord Captain. Abelard, do you know anything about the liege of Footfall? Vladimir Tokara is a very peculiar young man. Consider your upcoming conversation a baptism of fire in Footfall's political arena. Such things are not spoken out loud, but Liege Tokara is the appointee of the Kasbalika Mission, the largest robber baron crime syndicate in the Calixtus sector. They specialize in the cold trade, the buying and selling of all kinds of Xenos rubbish. Footfall was previously run by a liege who did business with several criminal factions at once, but he suffered an accident. The reins of power were picked up by Vladimir Tokara, whose appointment benefits not only the Kasbalika, but also their most powerful ally in the Coronis Expanse, rogue trader Caligos Winterscale. Vladimir is a slippery yet very cautious fellow. He does not usually beat around the bush and does not play mind games. Perhaps more importantly, he is no fool. Fools do not rise this high in the Kasbalikan hierarchy. Keep all this in mind. You are a rogue trader. You stand above him in status and wield considerable power. Having said that, history has seen cases where the Kasbalikan barons cross swords with rogue traders and emerge victorious. Do not forget, and remain vigilant. The Kasbalika, vile tech thieves. Pascal's Vox barks out the last word like a profanity. And why does the liege want to see me so badly? Not you personally. He wishes to meet with the rogue trader of the Von Valancius dynasty. Tokara does not know about Lady Theodora's death and is simply seeking an audience with the powers that be. My gut tells me that something must be very wrong on Footfall if our astropath managed to read such strong emotion in such an anodyne message. We have no information, Lord Captain. The broadcast from the Footfall astropathic choir was the only missive Master Zachary has received lately. Tell the Lady Navigator she has my leave to make translation from the warp into real space. Victus begins issuing instructions. The massive ship appears to change with her every word. The bridge is set in motion as hundreds of people start to prepare for the shift to real space, and measured chanting fills the corridors to safeguard the vessel and its crew. One more thing, Lord Captain. No one at the station knows about Lady Theodora's demise and you inheriting the title. Liege Tokara will be informed. It is required so we can use the dock, and besides, he is expecting a personal audience with the rogue trader. He will not meet with an unknown person of unclear standing. However, there is still the matter of announcing your arrival. You can either arrive on the station with the proper pomp and ceremony, or choose to visit it incognito. Tell the liege I will arrive incognito. It will be done, Lord Captain. Victus bows again. With your gracious permission, I will return to my duties. Okay, folks, we have left the Rockhatty system. We watched Rockhad Minoris turn to the arch enemy Chaos. We saved as many people as we could, nobles and commoners alike. We were not able to save the sacred relic that Pascal wanted us to save, but we did the best that we could. We did not blow up the planet, as Heinrich suggested. He told us we would regret that move. I have no doubt he is correct, and yet at the moment I do not. We will go to Footfall. We will meet the governor there, and we will discover many, many new and interesting things. And we will do all of these next time. This has been Disabled. My name is Ed, and this has been Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, as that helps me out tremendously. And until we meet again, make your way with love and light. Thank you so much for joining me on the journey today, and goodbye.